you are somebody who likes books, okay, for me at least, books are an escape from this world into something that is so eternal. So if you like self-help books or inspirational books or non-fiction in general as a genre, then today's video I don't think you should miss. There is a book that I'm going to discuss and the lessons and its summary, which has helped me in an immense way. I've read many books, non-fiction, some fiction, but mostly non-fiction, and I've kind of explored the major books, most popular. Now I'm getting into books related to entrepreneurship, money and all that stuff. For the major chunk of my life, I have read non-fiction. This is something that is so profound. If you find non-fiction books boring and if you have crossed that particular level, okay, in non-fiction also there are certain books cater to a certain audience, certain books will cater to a different audience. And if you are tired of all that and you need to take your reading to the next level, you need to be reading this. I am speaking about The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. I hope I am pronouncing the names correctly. The things that I am discussing now may sound little offbeat and bizarre. I urge you to bear with me till the end. As I was going through this, I actually could see the principles of Vipassana getting reflected in every page, in each chapter, in so many things. This is Oprah Winfrey's recommendation. I'm sure you know who she is. She is a well-known author, orator. She has conducted several shows. You can just Google about her. I will come to the lessons of the book, but first let me give you a situation, okay? And this is something that I also have experienced. Somebody says something to you which you don't like, and you kind of, from your heart, you kind of close off to that person. Now, under ideal situation, you should be forgiving, forgetting and all that, but we are not under ideal situation. So this book will tell you how to go around this situation, this example, in a better way. I always used to think earlier that if you block off that person, that energy, that means it is a resolution. It may be true, but it may also not be true, and that is what this book teaches you. It is not about forgiving and forgetting. I personally don't subscribe to that view. It shows you exactly how to keep your energy open and kind of experiences you may have if you try to block off your energy. Let's move on to the first lesson. Listening to your thoughts is important, but they don't define you. There is such a huge chatter that is going on in our minds. It may not necessarily affect you. Like for example, if you are starting on a weight loss diet, say suppose, and there will be temptations and all that, and your mind will try to pull you away from that. If you are on a disciplined this, your mind will try to pull you away. It's important to realize that the chatter in your mind is not you. Just because you have a thought does not mean it is your thought, does not mean it is you. Any meditation you see, most of them ask you to look at thoughts from an observer point of view, from a third person point of view. We have immense energy within ourselves, but because of whatever actions that are going on, we tend to block it. Because of anxiety, because of depressing thoughts, because of so many things that are going on, we close our things to the situations. If say suppose I'm socially anxious, too many people around me definitely gives you anxiety, and you can actually see the tension building in your stomach, in your body. What I mean by blocking off is that trying to avoid, trying to get out of that situation. But if you just for some time be observant and just look at yourself from a third person perspective, instead of blocking off from this kind of energy, you just be there. Because most of the time the internal fear is that what if the other person comes to know I'm getting nervous. That is the underlying thought, and all this pulling away from the situation comes from there. That is what he means by blocking off energy. You don't block off, you let things flow. Usually whenever it comes to stress, some people divide it into good stress and bad stress. So like if the exam is coming, that stress is making you to study, that means it is good stress. This book has a different opinion. It says that no stress is required. If you just let it go and let things go, no stress is required. So there is nothing called as good stress and bad stress as per this. And the only way to transcend the fear is to let it go. The final chapters of this book speak about death. So when it comes to death, death is something fearful. But actually, if somebody tells you that you are going to die in 3 months, then what all would be important? Death is a good indicator of prioritizing what you want to do in life. It helps you give a fresh perspective, prioritize. Even when I think of my death, I don't think I'm going to do all these things that I'm doing as of now. But anyways, it gives a good perspective on what all is going on and how you can mold things as per that direction. The author focuses more on taking the middle path, not on extremes. Because spiritual awakening, spiritual enlightenment, and even if goal is not to be enlightened or not to be doing anything, and you just want to live your daily life in a calm manner, in a stress-free manner. For example, if your target is to get a job in a multinational company, you can work hard till you achieve that. There is nothing wrong with that. But if you do it at the cost of your health, then things will start catching with you. When I was preparing for some of the exams, I continued to neglect some of the other aspects of my life, and it later caught on with me very badly. And I'll share this experience maybe some other time on this channel. This book particularly focuses on avoiding the extremes and staying grounded to your root and to the middle path. So these were some of the things that this particular non-fiction highlights. I keep discovering new books and new things, and I keep looking for recommendations related to books. So there was a lot of hype around this. Several of my favorite YouTubers had recommended. It's a bestseller on Amazon as well. So I kind of gave in to the hype, and the hype is real. The author does justice in whatever he has to explain. Not everyone can get into the mechanism and explain things. Why this is important. The why part, not everyone can explain. Michael Singer has done an effortless job in explaining all these concepts effortlessly. Highly recommended if you are looking for something from non-fiction. Though I recommend that you start with some other books and then read this, because these concepts are quite profound. So if you have never read any kind of non-fiction, then I don't suggest going to this book directly. You can read some other books like Greatness Guide by Robin Sharma, or get in the groove of non-fiction and then come to this book. So that's all for the day. Till the next time. Bye.